It is indeed an honor for me to be here as your new Minister of Sports, Youth and Sport. At first, I must acknowledge the warm welcome accorded to me and my Assistant Minister, as this is our maiden visit and engagement at this training center as your new Minister. I must also acknowledge the warm reception and the nice lunch we received from staff of Nasau and from the ministry as whole in Suva last week, and we are looking forward to visit more next week. We are really anticipating a better enterprising future, working with all at the ministry. I must admit that it is indeed a mammoth task. Although we are a small ministry, but we look after a very big generation, or a very big group of people in population of Fiji that will be future leaders and future ministers, future teachers, and that I say it's a very mammoth task. And I always believe this government, for the first time, has introduced an assistant minister to the Ministry of Youth and Sports, which we are here this afternoon, which is a good omen for us. It was dictated the way we will do business in the next 4 years. This is such a huge step from what used to be a department within an exciting ministry in the past 5 years, before it was declared a ministry in 2012. This development is surely a reflection of the new government's commitment towards empowering young people like you. The onus is on us, as managers of the ministry, to ensure that we grow our business to meet and address the demand of our youth, and provide the necessary enrichment and empowerment tools necessary for their livelihood, and consolidate our existence as a ministry. I have now come to realize that the ministry has 5 training centers, including this one in Nasau. Recently today, I have been informed of the work done here. We walk around the school and the training methodologies and activities. I was one that contributed in the upbringing of the youth about 10 to 12 years back, while I was the operation officer for the RFMF engineers. I must acknowledge the center, the uniqueness, and I believe many young people have benefited from the training offered here. And I'm optimistic that there are many good days ahead of the center and the youth likewise. We, the ministry and its officials, as stewards of the Fijian government, serving the youth, will have to ensure that this center never lose focus, its focus, vision, and objective. And I understand you were briefed properly in the beginning of this week. I believe this training center certainly addresses and meets certain needs and category of youths in Fiji. We have to ensure that our objectives remain intact, and we continue to strive for improvements in areas when and where possible. Today marks the end of the Know About Business, or CAB. CAB training for the present and past trainees of Nasau. I have been informed that the CAB package on training seeks to develop entrepreneurial skills and prepare young people not only to establish their own businesses at some point in the future, but also to work productively in small and medium-sized enterprises. But also to work productively in small and medium-sized enterprises. The overall objective of CAB is to contribute towards the creation of an enterprise in this trainee society when they disperse from Nasau. To you, the participant and trainees, CAB does not necessarily promise you to become a career entrepreneur or grant you self-employment. Rather, it gives you awareness and a chance to practice the opportunities, challenges, procedures, characteristics, attitudes, and skills needed for entrepreneurship. The CAB program was initially designed for use in training institutions such as Nasau to complement the life skills training offered at some institutions. The rationale for teaching entrepreneurship was that specific characteristics are essential to become successful in business. Therefore, the training of entrepreneur are embedded into the current and existing syllabus of vocational and informal training to instill this into the mindset and characteristic earlier, and is not delayed until youth become adults, by which they may have acquired many non-entrepreneurial habits. Through this training, you cannot produce miracles overnight, and the creation of an enterprise culture will take time. CAB is aimed at promoting more entrepreneurial behaviors to our young people. Job creation depends also upon the initiation and expansion of small business. Entrepreneurs are believed to have the skill to spark new ideas and develop new products and services that create new businesses, which in turn create the need for new jobs. An important aspect of economic growth in any country will be the roles of individuals who will promote change and initiate economic development activities. This will be possible only when such persons have the ability to identify needs within their environment, gather appropriate resources, and implement action to satisfy these needs. And activities are orientated towards the immediate environment in which they live, for example, their community, and the areas where they conduct business or work. And in the end, if the entrepreneurs prosper, the community in which they operate will also prosper. And I want to commend the Ministry for taking this training on board and ensuring that such empowerment knowledge is passed on to the youth. I believe CAB will empower youth to become better citizens because as it provides them with skills and make changes which will improve the environment within their community. I have no doubt that you will improve your quality of life at the completion of this training, and together with the life skills that you have learned and acquired will continue when you live here at Nasau. To the youthful trainees, the Ministry through this center will dedicate its time and service in providing the better form of training accompanied by the necessary knowledge and skills that will empower you when you return to your various communities. They are tools necessary for life, and though you may be good in some areas and lacking in another, may I remind you that these packages of syllabus have gone through some tests and careful review and numerous consultations before they are delivered to you. They are tailor-made to provide you with the necessary tools that will lead a young, energetic, and creative young person like you to lead a more sustainable future. Before I conclude, I must highlight that the government will from next provide startup grants to individuals and youth clubs to engage in micro business that will stimulate economic growth. I guess You will miss out this year, but I believe there is a monitoring program that are in place to monitor your progress after Nasau that might select you as eligible candidates for such grants later next year. In a few weeks time, we will reveal more plans that will directly affect Fijian youth, especially in the areas of empowerment. Therefore, I trust that all the skills attained will be of great value to its training. I believe many youths applied for this training, but only few were selected, and you are the lucky ones. Do make use of this opportunity. This is a second chance to most of you, grabbing another lifeline to a brighter future yet again. I hope you will not regret and will appreciate all the efforts of the ministry and its personnel in training you. Go back to your community after this training and apply a new skill and be good at it. Make everyone proud, especially your family and your community. I wish you all the best in the future, and I now declare that this camp know about business training closed. Now, and both done but.